Welcome to Spirituality on the Spectrum, a sacred haven where AuDHD memory keepers and spiritually tuned seekers can finally exhale. If you've ever been mislabeled, overwhelmed, or cosmically attuned beyond explanation, you're not broken. You're calibrated, divinely, precisely, and for this moment. Here, we bridge what science quantifies, what psychology overlooks, and what your soul has whispered since childhood. Your sensitivities were never a glitch. They were divinely wired for a higher purpose. And that truth isn't just poetic, it's urgent, because what the textbooks miss is literally costing lives. The gulf between clinical theory and sacred wiring is vast. And in that chasm, too many of our memory keeper kin disappear. This channel is here to echo the truth loud enough to pull us back, not just so we survive, but so we rise. We explore pre-Earth memory, spiritual neurodivergence, poetic wiring, and why sensory overload might actually be a spiritual download in disguise. We make the invisible visible and the forgotten unforgettable. We filter through distorted doctrines and half-truth philosophies to reclaim timeless truths, unchanging across past, present, and future. Because truth is not opinion, it's eternal architecture. And when the fog clears, when our mind recalibrates to truth, we become conduits for living light. It's not just healing, it's rebellion. A soul tuned to divine frequency can no longer be bent by agendas built on distortion. Through autistic precision and ADHD imagination, we rediscover God hiding in patterns, details, and punchlines, including ones we didn't decode until now. Whether you're fueled by cosmic curiosity or sacred calling, consider this your frequency checkpoint, a place to remember what you never actually forgot. And if it feels like karma just kicked down your door, welcome to the club. You're not glitching, you're spiritually overclocked for impact. Now, let's find out why. This content may feel intense or even offensive to those uninitiated into the deep end. I ask only for your open heart and a growth mindset. Always watch to the end for a special treat. Subscribe if you sense more, remember more, or ache for a world where neurodivergents aren't just included, they're essential. And now, your neurodivergent spiritual guide, not summoned by spotlight, but aligned to sacred frequency, Joel Alden Van Fleet.
There are so many interviews out there about Jesus Christ, and there should be. The Almighty has not just preserved a few of the many writings of Jesus the Christ, but there are people throughout the world who have met him, many in near-death experiences. Some remember him from our pre-earth world, some meeting him during times of crisis and despair, some meeting him for being faithful to him and fulfilling their life missions. And there are some who actually communicate with him regularly with special callings from him. The same pattern can even be traced back to when he told his ancient apostles that they have not chosen him, but he chose them. So don't go off the rails thinking that just anybody can acquire such calling. However, it does get you thinking about when Jesus said, "Many are called, but few are chosen." And no, I'm not currently one of the cool ones who have such a sacred privilege of daily communing with Jesus. I'm sure there are some serious pros to such a calling. As an AuDHD person with excellent pattern recognition, we can observe that the current world is at a hinge point, being permanently changed forever, and entering the next stage of our planet's evolution. And I'm not only talking about AGI, the next phase of AI. These are vast conversations in themselves, but today is a little different. Okay, today is very, super, extremely, and quite different. We're going to do something dark, something rare, rarely ever done, and this channel is going to get ostracized for it by just about everyone for doing so. We're going to interview Satan. Yes, you heard me right, Satan. The dude who thinks he's boss. As an AuDHDer, we get plenty of run-ins with him, so you could say we're kinda close. No, That's not true. We're not close like buddies, but we have our fair share of the clashes with him all the time.
Disclaimer. Before we begin this satirical segment, let me offer a friendly heads up. While spirituality on the spectrum enjoys providing you with pure truth, this dramatized interview leans more into entertainment and is not intended as doctrinal teaching or theological endorsement. If you're open to reflective humor and spiritual curiosity, welcome aboard to today's video interview. Cheers!
All right, let's give him a ring. And how do I have his number? I'm not going to tell you, but it starts with a 6.
Hello?
Hello? Are you serious? The big bad Satan answers his phone with a hello?
Oh, hi Joel. I thought you were going to be sick again today.
Me? No. I'm okay, but my stomach is feeling a little twisty, and I'm sure it was the guacamole I had last night.
Yeah, sure it was, and typical of you to overshare weird things like that. So Joel, are we going to do this interview or not? Isn't that why you called? I really have important things to do. You're not the only one with special interests.
Alrighty then, let's skip past the pleasantries and get down to business. Why don't we, right? It's one step closer to my belly feeling better anyways, right?
You're weird. You always have been. Even before you put that goofy meat bag on. Would you please, for the love of devils, ask your useless questions? I'm already sure I know exactly what you're going to ask me anyways. Nobody ever has any original questions for me. They all want to reinvent the wheel. Like they're the first ones to ever interview me. Nobody ever asks me, how was your day today, Satan? Or, what's your favorite color, Satan? Or, what's your favorite memory? No, they all want to know things like what I think about global warming, what's my opinion of Putin, or how can I get rich without worrying about so many hurdles? It exhausts me. I'm starting to get annoyed.
Okay, that was informative oversharing. Anyways, starting with your first question. Satan, what's your objective?
To make the world a better place, of course, where everyone is treated equal, and none of our brothers and sisters are lost, but every single person is happy. Nobody gets that about me. They think I just around tormenting people with no purpose. That's not true. I have a purpose. I am happy.
Then why do you persuade people to do things that hurt others?
See, I knew you were going to ask me that. But it's really a long story, but to summarize, I told Mother and Father about my ideas, and they rejected everything and told me it would never work. I was angry, and I'm still angry because it would have worked. The only thing I'm doing is going around with all of our other brothers and sisters who were smart enough to listen to me, to show our parents that I was right, and I'm still right. The people who didn't listen to me, and who are being born in these meat bags you call mortal bodies, are just so weak that all I have to do is whisper something stupid to them, and they do it. At first, when I tried this, I was shocked. Eve just ate my words like they were candy. But now, well, I'm not going to tell you everything, because I love when people speculate. It makes them even more vulnerable, so I can come in and do my job with ease. And it's inevitable. Everyone loves listening to me. You have any idea how hard it is to be me and avoid taking all the credit? You have no idea. Okay, maybe your factional character James Bond would have an idea, but he's not even real. Okay, you already know I see things behind the scenes, even the embarrassing moments. Okay, chiefly the embarrassing moments. There are mortal people out there who have a clue of what it's like to be me. I like to call them my mortal protégés.
But what you're doing hurts people. Do you get pleasure in seeing people hurt?
You're just a short-sighted mortal who doesn't get it, and I don't think you ever will. You're all so stupid. You get so wrapped up in the silly delusions of this world which is about to end. I think it's funny, really. I think I've said too much already, but in short, yes, I do get pleasure in seeing Jehovah's plan just fall apart. The more people suffer, the more they hate Jehovah and his stupid plan.
So you don't perceive that your plan isn't working, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. You should stop talking now before you make yourself look even more stupid on your Satan hate channel.
You said that you whisper things to people. What kinds of things exactly do you pride yourself in whispering to them?
Oh, you know, all sorts of things. I'm sure you can guess. I whisper things to you all the time, but I have to use a little different approach that always involves what you label as mathematical logic. I have to whisper to you about how your logic doesn't work, but that you should be doing what these other people are doing. And I have to explain in a mathematical form why it works. You could call it synergy, because doesn't synergy mean that 2 plus 2 is 5? There are things that work for everyone, though. For example, if someone stumbles and falls down, makes a mistake, I remind them that there's no purpose to keep going. They already fell down. Their perfection is shattered, and they'll never match up to that so-called Facebook friend with a nice body, nice-looking husband or wife, always traveling, going out eating good food, has no children to care about, had plastic surgery you didn't know about, or has all the nice luxuries anyone could ever want. They have no hope in being perfect, so the time has come to just give up. Sometimes, I like to use this tactic when someone makes a mistake, and I tell them that they might as well just do it again and again. I also like to remind them that they'll never live up to becoming what they really want. I show them how they're ugly, useless, and unwanted. I tell them that they lack the skills to achieve their so-called ridiculous goals, like climbing up the corporate ladder, so I suggest they brag about their accomplishments, take credit for others' work, frame another, sugarcoat things, kiss up to their boss's boss, lie, have an affair, avoid revealing their true selves, go with the flow, don't be the person to point out any flaw, but to be the positive one, who smiles at another and makes their day feel better, even though I'm also working on that other person and got them to experience having an affair. Yes, you AuDHD people have no genuine hope in the corporate environment. It's so funny. You're hopeless, and you can't get anywhere without my powerful corporate support. You're all a bunch of losers.
Do you ever feel any remorse when a baby dies?
None whatsoever. That's one of the greatest successes I can achieve, because now, that baby who would have grown up to be a person, and usually an AuDHD person, will now no longer have to experience all the fun tour share of this world, which tour share I completely and happily support, because we're doing a great thing here. I make people strong, and that also brings me joy. Yes, I'm sure you think that the me, Satan, cannot feel joy, but yes, I can.
Are you involved in any of the secret behind-the-scenes activities like murder, plundering, stealing, mugging, raping, gambling, or even starting wars?
Maybe. Okay, yes, I take the credit. It was all me and I'm proud of every bit.
Why would you want those things?
I feel like I'm repeating myself. But here's the thing. If I can't be happy, why should they? My parents hate me. They banished me. They think I'm a loser, but I know I'm not. I was meant for more, and I'm going to prove it. Like you, I too have a mental tug-of-war in my head between proving my worth and just giving up and making everyone feel miserable like me. I just wish there were more people who understood me. Do you not feel like I should be heard and understood? Well, our parents refused to hear me out further. They even made fun of me by giving me the name Satan. I was Lucifer, the son of the morning. Everyone loved me. What was there not to love about me? I was everyone's big brother who everyone looked up to. I was supposed to be the smart one, full of wisdom. But then, stupid Jehovah took that all away from me. I could have showed everyone how to be more happy than they could ever realize, but no, they said no. All these people have shown their colors, that they don't want happiness. Then despair is what they'll get, and I will just help accelerate their imminent demise. It's not like I have anything better to do anyways, right? Don't get me wrong, I consider myself a very productive person. I figure, why are these people trying to take the slow road, where it's so obvious where they're going, even though they are too slow and senseless to see it themselves? Might as well give a helping hand to just get them there sooner than later, right? You're all a bunch of idiots. And the fact that you've forgotten most things from before your petty mortal birth is just the most absurd thing. That just shows that our parents hate you just as much as me. Using one of your own idioms, they're pulling all your legs. You have no hope in making it through this experience the way you think you should. You're doomed to fail. Hey, how about I interview you, Joel? You like that show called The Good Place. Would you like to talk about that? I think the discussion would add more subscribers to your channel.
Well, here's the thing. That's something different between me and you. I'm not doing this for fame or subscribers or social approval. Yes, you were big brother. I, too, looked up to you, but you were so blinded and chose to feel offended. You seem to hold on to a grudge, like hyper-focused grudge. What about Jesus Christ? You don't think he gives hope to people?
Serious? Do I need to repeat myself again? Do you not see the connections yet? Are you really not AuDHD and are supposed to be good at pattern recognition? Who do you think you're talking to? Who you call Jesus was our parents' chosen Jehovah. They always loved him more than me. I felt like nobody how hard I tried, how innovative I was, or how out of the way I went, I could never make them happy with me. They gifted Jehovah with all their power and authority, but look at what he does with it. Nothing, in my opinion. Let me ask you, are you saved? No, obviously. Are you stupid?
So if you claim that you're right and that Jesus Christ is wrong, then what type of advice are you exactly offering people?
It doesn't matter right now. There's no point in this life. You're all wasting your time. Just have fun. Do something stupid, crazy. Do whatever your crazy mind can think of. There's no such thing as accountability. In fact, my favorite argument is to get people who lack just enough points of intelligence to believe that there's no God, no Jesus, no meaning, and that I don't even exist, but I'm just a figment of their own imagination, whispering to themselves all this awesome and deep, profound doctrine that will save them in the now, to help them feel pleasure right now, because they're just fooling themselves. Even though it's not true, it saves them from the unnecessary self-torture of trying to do something that has no point in doing anyways. I know Jesus Christ is powerful and is the chosen so-called Son of God, so you could even call me a born-again Christian too, but look where it got me. Rejected, hated, despised, and ridiculed. Then why do you think you're any different?
So let me get this straight. You don't think your parents love you? You're their child too, just like me. I know they love me. You don't think there's any hope for you? You don't think they gave Jesus Christ as an offering before this world was even made for an opportunity for you too? Do you even know what it feels like to be a parent? To see the potential in your children, to discipline your children, to feel sadness when your children don't do what they know is right? You don't think they're going to redeem this world from this madness, which you helped cause?
You always do this, Joel. You're the Jerarch. You're the one who they should have banished and renamed Satan. Go to hell.
Hello? 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 I think we lost him. Go to hell. Are you stumped? Is Satan the evil end of the spectrum? I hope we can get him back on the line sometime because we need to set the story straight. What he's doing is uncalled for, especially when he is also loved, but he has rejected all love, opportunity, and forgiveness. Yes, we are born on this earth not because God is raising children, but God is raising parents. We are children of God's, made for more than you can even fathom. In an upcoming video, we will talk more about the purpose of why we're here on this mortal world, and what's coming. And in another video, we'll talk about why Satan really hates the AuDHD community and works day and night relentlessly to bring it down, to inject false teachings, to entice others to bully us and hurt us, and to keep us far down to the ground as possible and as long as possible. The answers are coming your way, so keep watching the channel, stay tuned, and get your AuDHD gifts in tune with the divine. Chat with you again, mate.
Post-disclaimer. From pre-Earth memory, we know that Satan regards himself as a striking figure, dark-haired, articulate, and bold. Contrary to popular portrayals, his voice isn't menacing with a deep, low pitch, but confident and refined. While we've sprinkled in a dash of entertainment today, our hope is that this piece stirred curiosity, reflection, and maybe even a chuckle. Thanks for journeying with us.
If your spirit's vibrating, don't worry, that's normal here. If none of this made sense, try listening again upside down. Truth isn't just entertainment, it's remembrance. What found you today, may it find you again tomorrow. Your spiritual nervous system is rewiring. Let it finish. So before this moment closes, you're a spirit child of God's. You're loved by them. You're the universe's most valuable asset. You have the undivided attention of Almighty. You have limitless potential within you. You're built to illuminate the world. You're despised and feared by darkness. You're here to learn to harness your light. The time for the AuDHD memory keepers to rise has come. Share this with another soul who also forgets less than they admit. Until next time, remember, you're not glitching, you're guiding. This has been Spirituality on the Spectrum with Joel Alden Van Fleet. Thank you for showing up. Until memory calls you again. Please like and subscribe, and feel free to overshare in the comments below.
He stood in light, a radiant flame, a son of God with a noble name. But pride took root, and bold he cried, "Give me thy honor, none shall die." He sought to bind what God made free, to crush the gift of agency. A third part follow, veiled in lies, cast out beneath the weeping skies. Nobody gained, no glory won. His war with truth had just begun. Now Satan roams of night, yet still choose the path of life.